Have you ever felt unusually tired in the middle of the day, even after sleeping well? You might assume it's stress, poor nutrition, or simply a long to-do list. But sometimes, the explanation is far simpler and more biological. You may be mildly dehydrated. Hydration is often associated with thirst. Yet thirst is not the first warning sign. By the time you feel thirsty, your body is already experiencing measurable physiological strain. Scientific research shows that even mild dehydration, as little as 1 to 2% loss of body weight due to fluid loss, can significantly affect both mental and physical energy. Scientific research shows that even mild dehydration, as little as 1 to 2% loss of body weight due to fluid loss, can significantly affect both mental and physical energy. To understand why hydration affects energy, we must begin at the cellular level.
Welcome to SciCuriousID, where curiosity meets science.
Every cell in your body depends on water. Water makes up roughly 60% of the adult human body. It serves as the medium for biochemical reactions, the transport system for nutrients, and the regulator of temperature and blood circulation. Without adequate water, these systems become less efficient. Let us consider blood volume. When you are properly hydrated, your blood plasma, which is about 90% water, maintains sufficient volume to circulate oxygen and glucose efficiently. These two substances are the primary fuels for cellular energy production. However, when dehydration occurs, plasma volume decreases. This reduction makes your blood slightly thicker and more concentrated. As a result, your heart must work harder to pump it throughout the body. This increased cardiovascular strain can make you feel physically fatigued, even if you have not exerted yourself. Now shift focus to the brain. The brain is approximately 75% water. It is highly sensitive to changes in hydration status. Studies published in the Journal of Nutrition have demonstrated that mild dehydration impairs attention, working memory, and executive function. Participants in controlled experiments showed increased feelings of fatigue, confusion, and tension when fluid intake was restricted. Why does this happen? One reason lies in cerebral blood flow. Reduced plasma volume can limit the efficiency of blood delivery to the brain. Even small reductions can influence cognitive clarity. Additionally, dehydration alters electrolyte balance, particularly sodium and potassium levels, which are critical for nerve impulse transmission. When this balance shifts, neural communication becomes less efficient, contributing to mental sluggishness. There is also a thermoregulatory component. Water plays a central role in controlling body temperature. Through sweating and evaporation, it prevents overheating. If hydration is insufficient, your body conserves water by reducing sweat output. This can increase internal temperature slightly, placing additional stress on metabolic systems. Even subtle thermal strain can reduce physical endurance and increase perceived effort. But perhaps the most fundamental mechanism involves energy production itself. Inside each cell, energy is produced in the form of ATP. Within structures called mitochondria, the biochemical reactions that generate ATP occur in aqueous environments. Dehydration can alter intracellular conditions, affecting enzyme efficiency and metabolic pathways. Even minor disruptions may reduce overall metabolic efficiency. This is why dehydration often produces a dual effect: physical fatigue and mental fog. Interestingly, research from the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition indicates that mood is also influenced by hydration status. Mild dehydration has been linked to increased irritability and decreased alertness. The brain interprets physiological stress signals in complex ways, and fatigue is often one of the earliest behavioral manifestations. It is important to clarify that hydration needs vary. Factors such as climate, physical activity, and age all influence fluid requirements. The widely quoted 8 glasses a day rule is a simplified guideline rather than a universal standard. The American College of Sports Medicine recommends adjusting fluid intake based on activity level and sweat loss. A practical indicator is urine color. Pale straw color urine generally suggests adequate hydration, whereas darker shades may indicate fluid deficit. However, hydration is not merely about drinking water when thirsty. It involves maintaining electrolyte balance and consistent intake throughout the day. Sudden large amounts of water cannot fully compensate for prolonged deficit. In modern life, mild dehydration is surprisingly common. Air-conditioned environments, caffeine consumption, and long periods of focused work all contribute. Because symptoms are subtle, many individuals attribute their low energy to external stressors rather than physiological imbalance. So the next time you experience unexplained fatigue, consider a simple question: have you consumed enough fluids today? Hydration may not be a dramatic intervention, but its impact is biologically profound. At the level of blood flow, neural transmission, temperature regulation, and cellular metabolism, water remains one of the most fundamental determinants of energy. Energy is not only about sleep or calories. It is also about fluid balance, the invisible architecture that allows every system in your body to function efficiently. Now consider this: if such a small percentage of fluid loss can influence cognition and mood, how much of our daily performance is quietly shaped by hydration status? Do you notice changes in your focus or energy when you forget to drink enough water? Share your experience in the comments below.
Thanks for watching SciCuriousID. Until next time.